If you think for 1 second that the Cleveland Cavaliers broke the championship curse in Cleveland in 2016, you're wrong. You couldn't be more wrong. And I'm going to tell you who really broke that curse and why. It's not a 52-year drought since the Cavs had won the title before 2016. I'm going to tell you who it was in this episode. See, when we think of professional sports in America, you think of four major leagues: the National Football League, the National Basketball Association, Major League Baseball, and the National Hockey League. But let's not forget, soccer is a very big thing, and it's probably one of the most growing sports in America. Kids love to play soccer. Soccer is growing tremendously in popularity, especially with what the U.S. soccer team just did this past World Cup. I'm going to tell you why the Cleveland Crunch really broke the curse and why just because it's not one of the major sports leagues, it's still a professional championship. Back when the Browns were fumbling at the one, getting drove on, back when the Cavaliers were getting shots hit on them, back when the Guardians got smacked by the Braves and blew it in the Game 7 of the World Series in the 1990s, letting Cleveland sports fans down year after year, season after season, there was always one team that Cleveland fans could count on. And that, my friends, is the Cleveland Crunch. Yes, the Cleveland Crunch, the indoor soccer team that won championships in 94, 96, 99, with their most recent championship being in 2021. From 1989 to 1999, the Cleveland Crunch would make the championship appearance 7 times within 10 years. And that was all due to Zoran Karic and Hector Marinaro. If I pronounced his name right, please forgive me if I didn't. They were dubbed the dynamic duo, and together they broke scoring records for the next decade. And let me tell you something. When they first won in 1994, that was the original break of the curse, if you will. The Cleveland Crunch may not be a major league soccer team, but they still brought a championship to Cleveland before the Browns brought a Super Bowl, before the Cavs brought an NBA championship, and before the Guardians brought a World Series. Matter of fact, they just won back in 2021 with a victory over the Wichita Wings 11-6. They lost last year to San Diego, but we all understand why they lost that game. Trust me, I understand. But the Cleveland Crunch, they're a winning team. They are a winning franchise. They win. I actually got to cover the Cleveland Crunch today, being at a Cleveland Crunch game for the first time since I was a kid, and I just watched them put a whooping on Rapid City Football Club 16-9. Last night, they shut out Detroit 8-0. So this new Cleveland Crunch team, they solid. Matter of fact, I had an interview today with David Jordan after the game to give his thoughts on today's performance. Basically, coming out, what was your mindset going into today's game after the huge win last night?
Mindset was we were going to have tired legs, but we needed to come out fast, and we needed to come away with a victory to lead us in the first place.
Yep, first place, and y'all took it 16-9. So after that first goal that was scored, and you guys went on a huge run after that, what were you thinking? Did you want to not get too carried away, or what was your mindset after the first goal?
As a defender, my mindset is defense after you get high, because I know people start to get lackadaisical. I mean, we won 16-9, but 9 goals against us, that's not fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's not fair, but the defense still stuck with it. That was definitely a good thing to see. And just performing after everything that's going on, the jersey retirement, what does it mean to you to be a part of that?
Oh, it's great. 3 years running on this. The whole goal is to bring back the Crunch like it was in the 90s. We're far from it, but after this weekend, it feels like that we're kind of on the turn of bringing it back full go. So it's good for the fans. It's good for the city of Cleveland to have another team here. You saw it yesterday. You saw it today. The crowd was electric. You can look at all the kids on the field, they love. So it's just good for the city of Cleveland to have this event.
Yes, it is, man. Thank you so much.
I actually had this conversation with my good friend and my new partner, Romel Thorpe. And Ronnie, please check out the 4th and 15 podcast on the 216 Sports Network, which I am now a part of. I'm a part of the 216 Sports Network family. Please check it out. We got a lot of big things coming, but we had this conversation, and he agrees with me. He actually was an inspiration for this episode because it got me to thinking. So with that being said, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm Rico McGee. This has been the Sports Minute, and as always, we'll see you in a minute.